LBCC territory to the 49, but there is a flag back down in the area of holding, and I have a feeling this one might be coming back for the Mounties.
And it looks like it is, as you heard here from the PA, that there is a holding call. So the first penalty for Mount SAC in this game with 9 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Let's see if we can contain those this week. They did a lot better of a job compared to Ventura a couple weeks ago to last week against Chaffee at home.
The penalties have been a burden for Coach Jab's team all season long. Despite that, 4 blowout victories to start the year. This will back the Mounties up to their own 22. It's going to be a 2nd and 15. 8:50 left to go opening quarter. 7-7 our score. 4 receivers set for the Mounties. 3 split out to the right of the quarterback, Justin Allo. Mounties moving from left to right. Delayed handoff. Tolbert has room up the middle. Spins off a tackler, but only a gain of 2 to the 24. Going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Mounties.
That was a nice tackle there by Josh Fatu, the D lineman, 6'2", 280. First-year player out of Long Beach, out of Lakewood High School.
This Long Beach team, only 7 players on the roster are not from the state of California. That's a much smaller number than we're used to seeing with most of these Southern California junior college teams. There's a lot of great local talent, a lot of great local schools as far as football goes here in Southern California. The Vikings 4-0 on a 3rd and long for the Mounties. Allo, back to pass, looks deep. He's going deep for Derek Mackin, and he gets it inside the 30, inside the 20, inside the 10. Touchdown, Mounties!
Wow, what a throw that was from Allo to Mackin. Another touchdown reception here for the Mounties. It looks like he's exposing their defense right now. The cornerback, 0 chance on getting to that ball thrown but from Allo. What a perfectly lofted throw that was.
Derek Mackin, a couple of touchdowns receptions a week ago in the win against Chaffee. 76 yards from Justin Allo. Alberto Villarreal on to add the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 7:53 left to go in the opening quarter, it's 14-7. Mount SAC, and the big play for Mount SAC. 2 drives, 3 plays, 2 touchdowns.
It's pretty impressive. I think they heard me calling the offense out a little bit.
They're always listening to you,
Not really calling them out, but I would have loved to have seen, like last week, they had a rough start against Chaffee where Allo didn't really get set into the game. We kept saying he wasn't set. He wasn't comfortable. Right now, he looks comfortable. He has plenty of time in the pocket. So far, against this Long Beach City defense, he's looking very comfortable and taking his time, and that proves to be as those were 2 perfectly lofted balls to his favorite receivers, Gilchrist and Mackin.
What threats the Mounties have on each side of the field, and Gilchrist, who had the 70-yard touchdown reception to start for the Mounties, and Mackin, who had the 76-yard reception to put him on top. 14-7. Villarreal to kick this one away. It's taken at the 20, and being knocked out of bounds for LBCC is Scotty Fowl at the 22-yard line. So the Mounties do a great job on the kick return contain, and now LBCC, they're going to look to get even once again.
Well, hey, if Mount SAC can hold up to their league-leading statistics defensively, they have a great shot at winning this game here at Long Beach, as the Long Beach City offense has been their complete polar opposite in number 1 statistics in the Central League on the offensive end.
1st and 10 for the Vikings, and a flag flies in before they even take the field. Penalty against LBCC. It's an illegal formation. That'll back them up 5 yards. 3rd penalty of the night for the Vikings. They'll start at their own 19. 7:47 left to go opening quarter. 14-7 Mount SAC. The number 1 team in SoCal against the number 2 team in SoCal. 4 receivers set here for Potter. And another flag flies. USC commit Daquan Hampton looked a little bit too anxious there.
Well, you got Demetrius Counts, the DB 5'9", 190 out of L.A.
And he's up against 6'4", 220.
He showed a little bit.
Hampton.
He showed a little bit of speed right out of the jump right there, so it kind of made him jump Hampton. So
1st and 20 now after the 4th false start penalty of the game against the Vikings. Ball at their own 15. Potter back to pass. He'll throw to the far side of the field. Has a man and getting across the 20 and down to the 22. That's the big tight end, Clayton Granch, for a pickup of 7.
Potter's pass is complete to number 88, Clayton Granch. Picks up 8 yards for the 22, 2nd and 12.
7:25 left to go, opening quarter, 14-7. Mount SAC on top of LBCC here from Veterans Memorial Stadium in Long Beach. On a 2nd and 12, snap is back. Potter looks to throw. Now he's going to go deep. Has a man wide open, and that one is caught. It's going to be an LBCC touchdown. Daquan Hampton, who else? Excuse me, that's Josiah Blandon, the Colorado commit. Hard to tell the difference. Both are so athletic, and Blandon showed it right there.
78 yards, Potter Blandon.
Ready for the shootout, Brian?
I am ready. Well, you saw some of them mix up there on the last drive of Mount SAC with the DB and the safeties getting confused. I didn't see anyone around him, and it looked like just a flat-out blown coverage for Mount SAC as the PAT's up and good. But some of the numbers offensively for Long Beach City, they average just about 45 points a game. So they're well on their way. We'll see if Mount SAC can maintain their pace and keep the shootout alive here.
14-14 with 7:07 left to go in the opening quarter. We're not even halfway through it, Brian. And
that wasn't even a full minute gone from the last touchdown.
The teams have combined for 28 points. Just about 8 minutes into this one. The sun is setting, but the stars are already out. Here at LBCC, Josiah Blandon, 6'5", sophomore, out of right here, Long Beach Poly, committed to the University of Colorado. One of 2 guys on this Viking roster at the receiver position, committed to Pac-12 schools at the Division I level. So the Vikings will kick off again for the 3rd time in the game. It's Solis. The kickoff will go to Mount SAC here. It's number 20, Christopher Solomon, who has a nice return up the gut to the 27. And a little extracurricular activity going on after Solomon is brought down.
Number 20, Christopher Solomon on the return.
Well, that was Moses Manu. You're talking about extracurricular activity. He is on the special teams unit. He is also a tight end, 6'4", 230, out of West Bountiful, Utah. Sounds like a nice place.
Sounds bountiful.
I would not want to get in a tussle with him. 6'4", 230, 5'7", 165.
Mounties will start here at their own 32. In a 14-14 game, 6:57 left to go opening quarter. 3 receivers set for the Mounties. Allo will look to pass, and he fires it over the head of Omaris Tolbert, the intended receiver coming out of the backfield. Incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Well, he just felt some pressure there as a linebacker, Brian Madrigal, 5'10", 202, out of Paramount, was on Allo's feet right there, feeling the pressure. He had to get rid of that ball.
2nd and 10 for the Mounties. 3 receivers set once again. The lone back is Tolbert. 2 split out to the near side of the field. Snap is back. Allo, pressure, throws. It's Ryan Simpson on the catch. Simpson across the 40 to the 41, about a yard short of the first down marker. But what do you know? Another flag flies in. We'll have to wait and see what this one is.
This in the backfield.
Might be a roughing the passer call against LBCC.
If it is, that's a big, big penalty there. Will be 15 yards, I believe, right, Chris?
15-yarder. Roughing the passer. We'll wait for the call, and sure enough it is. Roughing the passer on the Vikings. So add 15 yards to the gain of 9 in the air from Allo to Simpson. And the Mounties are going to have the ball at the Viking 44.
Well, that's a nice little gimme for the Mount Sac offense breaking into their territory on a penalty.
2 receivers set here for the Mounties. 2 back set as well. It's misdirection. Brandon Wilson trying to get to the far side of the field. He's able to do so, but he just gets back to the original line of scrimmage for no gain. A couple of Vikings in there on the tackle. LBCC in their red tops and red bottoms. Mount Sac in the all-white road unis with the maroon coloring in for the numbers and the maroon helmets. No gain there on the run by Wilson. 6 minutes to go, opening quarter, 14-14, Mount Sac LBCC. On a 2nd and 10, snap is back. Allo gonna go deep once again. Has a man once again, but he overshoots him. That time he was going for Antoine Anderson, and it'll bring up a 3rd and long for the Mounties.
Well, that was a lucky non-call there, as Antoine Anderson, trying to see what number, as the cornerback just had, he had him beat already. He held onto his jersey, and there was no call by the referee staff here.
3rd and 10. It's so hard seeing those Viking uniforms with the red jerseys and the gray numbers. We'll do our best for you tonight. 3rd and 10. Allo will drop back to pass. Broken play. He's going to step up and run, but he only gets 2. And it'll bring up a 4th and 8 for the Mounties at the LBCC 42 decision time for Coach Jabs, and it looks like he's going to bring out Christian Fulham in the punting unit.
Well, the first defensive stop for either team. So a big, big stop for Long Beach as they gave up some pretty big passing touchdown plays there. I was trying to read who was on the coverage on Antoine Anderson. That was Dalen Casson, 5'11", 190.
We do have our first time out of the game here with 5:16 left to go in the opening quarter. LBCC will take their first charged timeout of the half. We're going to get you some other scores as soon as possible from around the Southern California JUCO scene. A couple of finals already. Citrus took down LA Harbor as LA Harbor continues to struggle. 43-13, the final in that one. Palomar College able to go into Grossmont and defeat the Griffins by a final of 41-24. Glendale suffers their first loss of the year at the hands of Santa Monica on the road, 48-31. And there are a plethora of games in action right now. Riverside up 7-0 on El Camino, that game in the first quarter from the Jungle out in Riverside. And Cerritos has an early first quarter lead over Pasadena on the road, 7-0. We'll keep you updated on all the scores from around the JUCO scene tonight right here on the Mountie Football Radio Network. Brian Tabajay alongside Chris Sylvester. Out of the timeout, the Mounties will punt. They have it at the LBCC 43. It's Fulham, the fantastic punter for the Mounties, and he gets this one off. A spiraling kick. It'll take a hop at the 15, and electing to just let it roll inside the 5 is the return man, Daquan Hampton, for LBCC, and the Mounties will down it inside the 5 at the 4. And once again, Christian Fulham gets it done at the punting position for Mount Sac.
Yeah, and they had actually the special teams of Mount Sac had possibly a few extra yards there, as that was, I believe, Joseph Bryan on the recovery there for the special teams unit. Unfortunately, he just picked it up too early, but nonetheless, it's still pinned inside the 5-yard line.
For LBCC, 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Very uncharacteristic of the Mountie defense. Snap is back. Handoff. This is the running back, Bateman, and he gets across the 5, and he's out close to the 10 for a pickup of 6 on first down.
Mount Sac having just 3 down linemen there, so going with the 4 linebackers as they saw something in the run game that they wanted to attack defensively.
They're going to go to Bateman once again. He picks up the first down across the 15, and it's down to the 20-yard line. Pickup of 10. Move the chains for LBCC.
And on the carry once again, gets out to the 20-yard line. Brought down by number